Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's video we're going to be going over a Brabus 700 G Wagon. First and foremost though, I do want to mention that this G Wagon is available for rent on Turo right now. So if you're a local to the state of Utah, link to the ad in the description down below if you want to have a ton of fun with this Brabus 700. You guys will see in the driving portion just how crazy this thing is. But with that being said, let's get right into the review. So under the hood we have a twin turbo 5.5 liter V8 that goes through a 7-speed automatic transmission, and as the name suggests, the Brabus 700 has 700 horsepower. It's just so cool to see everything underneath here, and just look how like tight everything is under the hood. And yeah, there's the engine. Now let's go over the front end of the Brabus 700. So first off, notice we've got the carbon fiber air intake, definitely a cool aesthetic. Got the B logo, and just look at the weave on that. Super, super unique. And then you can see here with the signature G Wagon turn signal, notice how it's darkened. Same thing here with the headlight as well. And then you can see the accenting just down below that. And then just look how aggressive this is with the venting. You do have parking sensors here on the front. And then another B logo. And then you can see here G700 there on the front end. And yeah, with all of the accent lights and everything, this thing just looks killer from a front end perspective. Definitely just has this aggression to it. Now coming to the side here, we've got 305mm tires wrapped around 23-inch wheels in the front and over in the rear as well. That is right. 305mm tires, 23-inch wheels. Notice we have another B logo there in the center. You can see just how wide these tires are, and you guys can kind of see part of the exhaust setup coming throughout there. And then notice another Brabus logo right here, and then you can see our V8 bi-turbo 700 badge, and then notice with the side steps, and we have the side mounted exhaust. See the accent lighting just down below. And if we take a few steps back, here's our full side view on it, which definitely looks cool. Pop here to the other side so you can see a little bit better with the lighting. It's just kind of dark outside today, so it's kind of hard. So it's kind of like a better angle on it, and again, exhaust tips out the side. It's just such a cool aesthetic. Now here's our key fob. We have our lock and then our unlock with a Mercedes logo there in the center. And yeah, really cool setup with that. And let's pop here into the trunk area, and just such a satisfying sound. Now it is kind of heavy to open up, but notice we have the quilted leather here. Storage space back here is fantastic, actually. Notice again it says Brabus just down below. And other than that, got a, little charging outlet here in the back, which is another big plus. And when you're done closing it, ooh, yeah, definitely have to muscle it a little bit. Now let's finish things up here with the rear. So again, we've got the Brabus logo here on the spare tire carrier, another 700 badge. And then you can see the signature G Wagon taillights, parking sensors there along the rear. And it's got that normal like G Wagon look from a height perspective, and there you go. Now here's the door panel in the rear. Again, look at just the beautiful quilted design, and then everything's covered in leather. Got the heated seat button right here, and then notice our little ashtray, and then you can see the window control just up above. And then here are the seats. So again, just love the design here all throughout the seat. You can see legroom pretty cramped in the older G Wagon. Again, Brabus down there. But yeah, other than that, oh, gotta mention, got cup holders though for the rear passengers. That's all that matters, folks. And listen, so satisfying. Now here's the door panel at the front. You can see again, everything's covered in leather, have that beautiful quilted design again. All of our window controls, mirror controls. The mirrors have blind spot monitoring, and they do power fold in, which is crazy. This is from 2013. It's got tons of stuff going for it. Harman Kardon sound system, again, Brabus logo down below. And then here are the seats. You guys will notice here on the seat that it says AMG on it, which is pretty cool. Again, the quilted design. Just look how aggressive these bolsters are. And notice again, no adjustments here on the side of the seat because everything's here on the door panel. Also got the carbon fiber there, which is pretty cool. And then we've got our light control right here. Notice the paddles on the back of the steering wheel. And, well, let's pop in. Here is our steering wheel. You guys can see the trim there at the top and then at the bottom, and then leather here on the side. And again, you got those paddles that have such nice actuation to a Mercedes. You just nailed that. And then you got controls here for the center stack, volume phone controls as well. And then we have our little turn signal stock, and notice we got tons of stock for like cruise control and everything off to the side. There's a lot happening there, but there's a steering wheel. Now here is the center gauge cluster. So first off, you guys notice mostly analog gauges. You do have that screen there in the center, which you can scroll through a few different menus on it. And other than that, that's everything for that part. Now here is the infotainment system. Man, does this take you back. So it's not a touchscreen, it's just controlled via a dial to basically control everything. You know, relatively self-explanatory, but yeah, definitely interesting with that. And then if we pop into reverse, you do have a backup camera, and resolution on the camera is actually really solid. Like there's some brand new cars that don't have resolution that are this good, which I think is a big plus. And that's the touch, well, not the touchscreen, sorry, infotainment system, my bad. Now down below here, notice first off got carbon fiber and then also leather all over the dash, which kind of brings things up. Even like carbon fiber strip there on the grab handle. That's funny. Notice we have the differential locks, and notice how it gives you a warning to never use these on paved roads. But we all know the G Wagon is so capable from an off-road perspective, and that's why you have all of the lockers. And then you got heated cooled seats here for the front, bunch of analog controls for like the radio system, and then you can see the analog controls for the climate system down below. And then notice here again another little like ashtray, and then everything's covered in carbon fiber. Got the shifter for that 7-speed automatic. Notice we do have a low range function as well. And then we have our control here for the infotainment system, and notice we have the Brabus suspension button right here that you can turn on or off to kind of adjust how that is going to drive. When we get up and drive it, I'll see kind of how that feels, but we'll just leave it illuminated like it was. And here's the center console, which is, you know, pretty normal. And then notice we got more seat adjustments, of course. Now popping up top here, first off, notice nice materials everywhere, especially the headliner. We do have a sunroof here at the top as well, which is a plus. You got the controls for it just right there. But yeah, really nice in terms of headliner. There's so much headroom here. Like you could still fit in this. You could be like 7 feet tall pretty much and still fit in here, which is great. Now, like I said, if you want to spend the day with this Brabus 700 and see how fun it is to drive, link in the description down below to the Turo ad, and let's take it out and see how it drives. Oops, key fob's in my pocket. So let's talk about visibility before we set off. Here's your visibility of the hood, both mirrors, which you can do have blind spot monitoring, and then throughout the rest of the rear. And let's set off. So I've taken it out of the eco mode because if we're gonna drive around a 700 horsepower G Wagon, we do not need to drive this in eco mode. I mean, come on, guys. First off, this thing is such a tank. That sounds so good. So I've actually driven the new G Wagon, not a G63. This is built off a G63. I've just driven a G500, 550. So I can tell you guys that the new G Wagon drives so much different than this version. This is like old school, like hardcore off-road SUV, tank-like feel. It's really cool, and you have that king of the road feel. You like sit up pretty high, and yeah, it's definitely such a unique experience. I actually want to pop into the manual mode. So we're in manual mode here now. Steering is pretty heavy, which I love. So there is a little bit of lag with the transmission, and so you kind of want to shift a little bit early with it. I kind of assumed that. Yeah, compared to the new one, this definitely isn't as quick to shift, but it's still so cool. I'm gonna pop it back into the, I'm gonna pop it back into the automatic mode. I meant to pop it into automatic mode, and I did the shifter instead. I pressed park instead of the other buttons. Like the buttons are next to each other, so I pressed park. Oh, what an idiot am I? But yeah, seat comfort's amazing. Like these seats are so comfortable too. And I don't know, this is just like, this is an experience. I can understand why this G Wagon is being rented out, because like, this would be a fun daily driver, don't get me wrong, But this is like an experience. If I were to rent out a car, this is like the type of car that I would want to rent out, because, you know, it'd be fun. It'd be way more fun than like your regular, you know, Toyota Camry rental car. Wow. It sounds so cool. You guys gotta remember, I own a Ram TRX, right? So like I own a fast V8 powered, you know, large vehicle like this, and I can tell you right now, this is a fun experience. This is so unique. So I'm interested to see the Brabus suspension, see how that, so I just turned it off. I just want to see how it kind of changes the feel. Oh yeah, it's way floatier. So when you got the suspension on, it's super stiff when you go over things. So it's gonna help out with body roll and everything. But when you take it out, wow, this is so comfortable. This isn't quite as smooth as like the brand new G Wagon, but it's pretty dang close. It's pretty close. Yeah, it has that floaty. I love it. I love how this drives. Yeah, that's like, this is one of the few cars that there's like a significant difference when you change the suspension, and it's like, it actually, it's not just like this is brutally harsh in the Brabus suspension setting, is what we'll call it. It actually like feels better, like turn-ins better, everything feels better. This sounds so cool. And it handles pretty, I mean, this is a heavy vehicle, right? It's top heavy, but it handles pretty well. And then I'll pop it back into the regular suspension so we get all floaty now. This would be so fun to take off-road. I know the Brabus versions aren't necessary. Well, they make like off-road Brabus versions, but like this one isn't. This is like the street version. It's still fun. Yeah, so summing things up with this, super unique. You know, definitely compared to like modern cars, like it's not the quickest shifting transmission, but boy does it sound good. But I mean, it's close enough, and the paddle, like, even though the response isn't the quickest, the actuation on the paddles feels so cool. And yeah, like I said, this is an experience. It's a vehicle that, and the thing with G-Wagons, right, you wear them as much as you drive them. It's such a big status symbol. And so like, this is a vehicle that, you know, for example, if you know, you want to go on like if you really want to impress your date, right, this is the type of vehicle that you take. So yeah, if you just want to have like a fun experience with a 700 horsepower G-Wagon, man, this is cool. This just made my day. So I really appreciate the owner for giving me some time with this. And like I said, go check out that ad if you want to go have fun like I just did. But I mean, if you rent it out for a day, you get to do more than just drive it around the block, right? That's gonna sum things up for our video on this Brabus G-Wagon. Like I said, if you guys want to rent this out for the day, link to the ad in the description down below. I'll see you all in the next video.